Come on in, my beautiful goddesses. Yay. I missed y'all so much. Oh my gosh. Yay. I feel like I'm like at a family reunion. I'm like, yay, it's my people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Give me a second. Let me just get the tech things happening. Yay. Oh my gosh. I missed y'all so much. Yay, 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 yay. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different today because I want to reconnect with all of y'all, get my hands in your business, get my hands in your lives, soul to soul, heart to heart. So instead of a traditional session, what we're going to do is we are going to talk and pull cards for everybody who is wanting to connect and find out what is going on as we are moving into this new cycle, this new year of our lives. Okay, so that is what we're going to do. So I didn't tell you to bring candles, but I'm going to light a candle. If you do have one, you can light one with me. Let's light a candle together. If you don't, just light the candle in your heart. Just feel the light in your heart just sparking. And we are lighting this candle of light, love, and reconnection, sisterhood, and blessings. All of us coming together from a place of holistic power, walking in knowing who we are as we're moving forward into a new cycle of our lives and recommitting ourselves to our truth, recommitting ourselves to our purpose, recommitting ourselves to our happiness, and recommitting ourselves to our abundance. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yay, my beauty. So raise your hands to get into the queue, and allow me to just run my mouth for a second. Here is the cost of this session. The cost of this session is you committing to yourself for that in 2026 that you are going to walk through every day of that year with a full commitment to your dreams, a full commitment to making sure that you are living this thing full out, that you are not playing with yourself, playing in your own face when it comes to your dreams, your purpose, your goals, the things that you are wanting to do. All right? That is the cost of admission. And if that is not in alignment with you, then thank you very much. Deuces. Peace out. I'll catch you on the other side. Because that is the energy that we want to be basking in also as a sisterhood. The energy of full on 1 zillion% commitment. All right. So that is the energy that we want to move in. And I want to share with you my sister, she kept like sending me these messages to watch this random Eddie Murphy documentary on Netflix. And I was like why? Like, like, okay, like why, like, like I like Eddie Murphy, he's cool. Like I grew up watching his stuff, and my brother and I and my sister, like we can like say a lot of his things like word for word, movies. But I was just like, why? Like it's not, I don't feel called to do that. But my sister asked me to, so I did. And so I started watching it. I haven't watched the whole thing, but it was what was very interesting about it. If you do get a chance, if you're into that, check it out. But what struck me from it, I see now why she wanted me to watch it, was his level of passion for his artistry, his level of passion for his purpose in the world. And for me, like that, there's something about seeing someone walk in their purpose with whatever they're doing, that, whether they are, whether it's cooking or parenting or gardening or, whatever it is, but somebody who feels full of themselves, filled up with what they are doing. And that is the energy that I want to challenge you, my beauties, to have in 2026, to have going forward. Now, we've got to fill it in with all of the other stuff. You know, we put strategy behind it, we put our magic behind it, we put our spiritual medicine behind it, and all of those things. But I want you to have that ignition of a 1 zillion% commitment that, you know, success is too small a word, but I'm going to use that word just because it's the shorthand that we are familiar with. But the idea that failure is not an option, that there may be recalibration that needs to take place, right? Sometimes we need to recalibrate, or sometimes we need to just, you know, go back into the lab and say, I thought it was going to be this, but it's that, the refinement. Sometimes there's that needs to take place. Like, okay, I thought that it was going to be this, but it's not that. And, you know, all of those things, which is important as a part of our spiritual growth and our evolution, and also our purposeful and career growth and evolution. But that you will not stop, that you're taking your name off the board of your dreams and goals is not an option for you. It's just not. That you are fully and completely committed to bringing your vision in whatever format that between you and the divine that it evolves into taking, that you are fully and completely in it, fully and completely committed. Fully and completely committed. So type I'm in if you are fully and completely committed to birthing what you came to this life to birth. I'm in. Type that in the comments now. Yes, I'm in. If you are fully and completely committed. Yes. Yes, fully and completely committed. I'm in. And that's the energy that on the difficult days, on the days when you're like, okay, I was trying to put this thing this way, but it's not working out that way. I wanted it to be this, but, or, you know, I had that and I, you know, went and I don't know, made a speech and there weren't the people in the audience I thought would be, or whatever it is. I wrote the book and it's not adequate, or I launched the course and it's not coursing, or whatever it is, that you are like, okay, that you still have a very clear North Star, like, I am in this. I am in this. So I know that the finish line, you know, on the last day of my life, whenever that is, the finish line is not a place at any point in time where you'll be like, what if my whole life has been wrong? Or what if I, you know, what if I wish that I would have gone for it? Or I wish that I didn't care what my Aunt Ida on Facebook thought I was a heathen and going to hell because I didn't make the videos that I made, or whatever it is. That you are all in with you. Okay, good. Let's talk. So let's pull some cards and let's talk. Okay, so Goddess Sana, I am seeing you. Come on forward, my beauty.
Hey.
Hello, Goddess. How are you?
Life is good.
Life is good. What a beautiful greeting. Okay, so let's start out by pulling a card. Let's pull a card together from African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. Okay, we're going to pull from African Goddess Rising Oracle. And Goddess Sana, just think about whatever is on your mind right now. Okay, so let's just micro, just thinking about whatever is in focus for you right now. Okay, you tell me when, Goddess.
Now.
Okay. All right. Okay, very interestingly enough, we got Tanit, the belly dancer. And Kana is a belly dancer. That is what that is that's what most people know her as. She's a belly dancer. That's what I met her as. She's a belly dancer.
Oh my goodness.
But Goddess Tanit brings forward the message and the energy of pleasure of being in your body, right? So bringing your spirituality into your physical movement and a holistic energy of self-love, of loving yourself enough to have a pleasurable experience, loving yourself enough to have a joyful experience. So why did Goddess Tanit come forward for you, Goddess Ana?
Oh my goodness, it's so deep because so I did a reading for myself last week for the full moon, and pleasure and dance came through at that point too. And I'm thinking I gotta make this, I gotta get this course, I gotta make things happen. I gotta make it happen.
Yes.
And so I guess it's and what the universe obviously is saying,
Mhm.
you just flow with it, just let some, just put some music on and let it go and just
Yes.
flow with it. And I'm like, no, I gotta do this. So that's why. It's
Mm.
definitely very apropos. I'm so grateful to the universe
Mm.
for showing me multiple ways that that's what I need to be focused on.
Mm. Wow. Okay. So when you raised your hand, what is it that you were wanting to say? Because I have an additional something I want to share with you about that.
Well, you talked about purpose and focus, and I've recently rebranded
Hmm.
myself and my work to center around purpose.
Hmm. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, because the past life of Black folk, that's not panning out.
Okay.
So, um, and so the thing that really motivates me, has motivated me since the end of the 90s, is living on purpose and having a divine mission.
Mm.
And so that's something that I can come forward and give in so many ways. And so if I set up let's say if I was going to set up a program to get a person from the career that they're in to being a holistic practitioner, because a lot of people come to me who want to be holistic practitioners
Hmm.
and want support in doing that, and so I'm not sure what their course has been, so I'm thinking that if I could like start from the beginning, like start from having a divine sacred purpose
Hmm.
and knowing what your gifts are and exploring those. And even if you decide that you're going to learn Reiki, I just finished a Reiki class, even if you decide you're going to learn Reiki, decide how you want to give it based on what your unique gifts and genius is and are. So, um, so I'm rebranding, and so I'm trying to figure out if I should do a just focus on the course and or also do a monthly gathering for the new year, and
Hmm.
then be able to because I have people who come and they want to gather and talk and be around other people, and they come to the things that I do, the belly dance, whatever it is that I do, they come because of
Hmm.
the community and camaraderie.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking of, so I'm going to do the course, and I want to be able to package that and sell it, but I couldn't just record it on my own. So I'm going to have some people in the audience. So I'm wondering if I should also do a monthly circle. My business is in the center of her power, and I would call it her power circle.
Okay, so let me ask you a few clarifying questions. So when you're talking about the events, are these online or is this in person?
Mostly online. And that's the thing that I'm really having a kind of a challenge with, because I got the house that I would like to use as a here and that I would like to use as a healing space.
Hmm.
And on the other hand, I really just want to be free to not, I'm still transmuting all of the emotions and the stuff that go along with, you know, grief and doing the house as something different, and being a landlord just like has got me traumatized. And so I'm kind of torn between. I feel like the audience here, I I don't know that I have enough people who can financially sustain, who have the wherewithal to financially sustain this house.
Okay.
unless I have grants.
Okay. So
So,
for right now, let's stay then with it being online,
mhm,
because grants is a longer term thing. And, that's something that you can look at once you build your foundation and then move into that space. But I know that, right now you need to get things going. So I would look at online as your foundation. Give
mhm.
yourself more access to having more people who
Okay.
have access to your gifts.
So I'm doing the launch of the Soul Calling course for the winter solstice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so so I'm wondering, so I have the course, but then after that I'm just wondering what I should I continue to promote that purpose course, or should I try to do another Reiki class online? Should I, I'm not really sure what to do after I launch the course.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let's talk about a few things. So I want you to hold that thought, and if I forget, I want you to let's come back to the question of that. Okay.
Okay.
But I want to first give you a yes and thought that came up when Goddess Tanit came forward for you. Okay. So her energy is this like very enduring, powerful, motherly energy that is very much about the energy of also trusting what you've been doing. There's sometimes when we're multi-passionate, multi-talented people, as most of the people in this circle are, we get bored too with our things. We don't realize that. We don't take the language of being bored, but we see new things, new ideas, new teachings, new things we want to learn, and we move way away. And we're then confused and trying to figure out, well, what is it that I need to do, when sometimes the foundation of your gifts and what you offer is the most powerful thing. And so the fact that you have a skill set, a gift, where you know as a woman how to teach other women how to be in our bodies and access our sensuality and our pleasure and be able to move and open ourselves up to a way that we are, maybe wouldn't normally have felt comfortable to do, is an incredibly powerful gift that a lot of people would pay a lot of money, would invest in to help themselves to have. And the beauty of that is that that works along with you can add it to your purpose brand, your divine purpose, that you're doing all of those things. Maybe a part of accessing your divine purpose is, falling back in love with yourself and grounding yourself by being in your body and using the gifts of dance and accessing, movement and all of those things. But I don't want us to throw out, you have so many different skills and talents and gifts that lend themselves to this beautiful offering that you are feeling called to move forward with.
Yes, thank you. And so that's what I was thinking of for the circle, is to be able to offer my unique blend of gifts, the belly dance, nature,
Mhm.
past life, and just do it in a lesser, not as intense, but have it on a monthly. People come on a monthly, come monthly. So that's what the monthly, the yearly her power circle would be.
Mhm.
Because I do still love dance, and I do still want to include that. And the thing with it is that I was doing classes, but I wasn't really getting, they weren't getting full. So I planned events, I did in this beautiful garden, and and got like a
Mhm.
handful of people, and I spent all this time and energy promoting and planning. And it did end up being a really nice event. I had a nice table set. I set the table, I brought dishes, and did a nature focused activity. We belly danced. So it was a wonderful experience, but I only had like 7 people, and
Mhm.
with the time and energy it took I
Yeah.
love to put it together, it just didn't. It wasn't cost effective,
Here's
energetically,
something.
emotionally, or financially.
Sorry to jump in, Goddess. Here's something that I want you to make available for yourself in the new year and going forward. So if we keep doing what we've been doing, we're going to keep getting what we've been getting, right? So that's why you're wanting to make a change. And so that includes in the ways that we put ourselves out there and in the ways that we market ourselves and all of those things. So one of the things that I want you to open yourself up to the possibility of is thinking about how to include running ads as a part of your strategy going forward, right? So if the people are out there, we know that the people are there, right?
Mhm.
We know that you have an offering that is life changing. So the gap is getting yourself to those people. So if you know the you keep knocking on knocking and knocking on the door, and the powers that be that control however you are accessing those people are saying, okay, well, we're only going to show it to 7 people, or we're only going to show it to 5 people, or whatever it is. You as a business person being in business with these business people that are running these platforms have to think bigger in terms of your access. And if you think about it as if right this minute, you as Oprah or Michelle Obama or whomever is going to launch this purpose course or belly dancing or whatever, they're not going to go and just whisper it out their window, even though I'm sure that they could and access however many people. So we're just talking about a difference in scale, but you still have access to the same strategy of they would have an advertising budget. So even if for you that is something different, that's $5 a day or $3 a day or whatever, like thankfully we live in a time frame where you're able to advertise for whatever amount you have access to. That I want you to make a commitment that that is a part of your vision going forward, and how you're, even if you've been doing it, then do it, differently in how you're targeting people, but making sure that running ads is a part of what you're doing going forward.
Yes, yes, yes. I have run ads. I haven't recently, but yes, I accept that. I've decided part of the rebranding is being able to reach out to the professional community, like
Mm-hmm.
career people who don't like their jobs, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
can figure out they can. So I'm kind of broadening to.
That's good. That's very good. That's a very good, because I was going to say also when we speak about purpose,
Mhm.
the good thing about talking about purpose is we all, in a community like this are, we know that we need a purpose and we want to have a purpose, or we have a purpose and we want to move toward it. But it also can be a kind of a nebulous thing to talk about, right? In terms of, you know, like the kind of like old, like like 90s 2000s film idea of like people like, oh, going to find themselves or thinking of their purpose or whatever it is. It's not really, like we may wake up stressed about different things, but you don't wake up really saying that you want to invest in somebody to help you to find your purpose, to find your divine purpose. So if you're going to root it in the people that you're talking to directly are people in their careers that are wanting a career shift or something like that, that's a clear person that you're talking to, a clear audience that you're talking to that would be in need of you helping them to move forward with what they're needing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Oh,
That's yes. I mean, and so I've used AI to help me to write some letters
mhm.
and some scripts for videos, and um, yes. So that's what I'm thinking. But I'm going to see how to incorporate dance and see which way, how best to.
But I want you to incorporate into what you already have, because there's the soul purpose, the divine purpose course that you are launching, that you have this path that you are launching. We want to make sure that you give this the fullness of of everything it deserves before we start looking elsewhere. Okay, because you put a lot of energy into and a lot of vision into, with all of your experience, into this idea. I want you to give it its just due.
Okay.
Do you believe in it? Let me ask you.
I believe in it because to be, and the way it works for me is because I can see how I can how it can be fleshed out through finding your spirit guide, finding your guardian angel, getting
Mhm.
a past life regression
Mhm.
um, session, and um, and focusing, and for the people who are already practitioners, helping
Mhm.
them to focus better on how to utilize their gifts. So there are people who have maybe taken a training, but the
Mhm.
training is they're not it's not panning out. The training is not panning out, and it may be because they're not utilizing their strongest gifts in the work that they're doing. So I think I really believe in it, and
Okay.
um,
Okay, so two things. So what is the before? So what's your diagnosis as the doctor, the coach, the teacher, the healer? What's the before? What is it that you're coming to help them with?
so one, you have taken this Reiki class and you can't seem to, it doesn't seem to be panning out into becoming a holistic practitioner, and you're not sure why.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
then, maybe you need to focus on your purpose.
Mhm.
If or you feel frustrated in life, you feel like there's something more in life, you feel like you could be doing more, you feel like you want to help people, but you're not exactly sure how to do that. So if you can tap into your gifts through this course, then you can have a clear you can have a goal. So there's the course, which has 5 different ancient methods, and then there's an option for them to do coaching, to do a 90-day plan to move them into where they want to be, not necessarily changing jobs, but actually what are the steps that they could take in order to utilize the gifts that they've now figured out that they have. So if in this, so and this is the way you can live your best life. When you
Mhm.
can live your best life, if you can be centered on your gifts, your unique genius, and being frustrated and banging your head up against the wall and doing the same thing all over and over, is a sign that you need to tap into your soul's calling.
Okay. All right. So all of those are great ideas, but they're still there's 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 a there's something that's still missing.
Okay.
There's like the big glue that's missing, like your big, like you being able to state clearly and succinctly, here's your issue. If you are experiencing, because those sound good individually, but they're not, for some reason it's not gelling together. I want you to work on just a bigger clarity of the message of interrupting the conversation that somebody is having in their head, that makes them say, okay, I need to invest in helping to fix this issue, challenge, problem. The
Okay.
Reiki, when you were starting with talking to the Reiki teacher directly, that
Reiki
seemed more
student.
clear. Yeah,
Okay. Mhm.
yeah, that seemed more clear. And then it got kind of a little bit unclear as you went into the other people. So I want you to just get very clear in who you're talking to
Okay.
and make sure that you are addressing an investable challenge, something that, that people will say, okay, well, I've got to fix this now. I need to work on this now. Right? You remember the 3 questions, right?
Yes.
What are the
Yes.
three
Why
questions?
this? Why now? Why me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So getting very clear on those, like being very, very specific, even if there are all of these other layers in it, being able to speak in a way that is very clear about why this has to be addressed now.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't
Okay?
really talked about it, so yeah, I'll definitely work on that. I
Yeah.
definitely
And
need
then
to have it more succinct.
yes, yes, absolutely. And then the other thing is, yes. So once you launch this course, the fastest way to $1 million is one course over 1 year. Now, I know that for us, again, us multi-passionate people with all of our different ideas and things like that, that, your mind may say otherwise. I want to do this, I want to do that, and whatever. But the fastest way to you, if that is your goal, if the fastest way to your financial freedom as a course creator is one course that speaks to one person right? So one course that if you were the person that was going to come in and there were Reiki practitioners that were disgruntled and you know somehow and they had taken they've done their certification and they don't know what to do now with it. And that was the only person. I'm not saying this is what you should do. I'm just giving an example. And you were the person that was going to come in and help them on their path. That's what I mean by speaking to one person. So one course that speaks to one person over 1 year, helping them to solve one problem.
Okay.
Again, I know for us multifaceted people, like that's not, you
No,
know,
no, no, no. It's
but
good.
that is if you can get hone it down to get that clear, that would be the most powerful thing for your financial goals.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. So we'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. We're gonna have a session again next week because I want to make up with you guys. So yeah. So I would love a check in next week to know more. Let's get more clear about that.
Okay.
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 Yay. All right. Thank you, Goddess.
Thank you.
Okay, Goddess. Yana, you are on my screen. Greetings, Goddess.
Greetings, Goddess Abiola.
Let's pull a card together, my beautiful artist sister. The ray of beautiful sunshine whenever I see you with all of your artwork behind you. Thank you for blessing us with it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, so let's just focus on, actually, no, I was going to pull from Secrets of the Ancestors, but feeling called for African Goddess Rising Oracle again. All right, let me just, give me a second, let me just clear the deck. Okay, all right, so let's just focus on what is active for you right now, Goddess Yana. Okay, all right, tell me when.
When?
Okay. Okay, so this is beautiful for you, Goddess, the message of shine from Mama Jumbo. This is beautiful with everything. This is what you're doing. You're stepping into your era of shine right now. This is perfect for you. And Mama Jumbo, I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she is a woodland and earth energy goddess, and her name is literally the name that colonizers took to mean mumbo jumbo, to kind of
Mm.
denigrate her energy and denigrate her spirit. So she again has also like a very like enduring energy, enduring spirit that her people use in times of war and in times of stress and strife. Very much her energy of her being grounded, her being, you know, of the woods, of the forest, rooted, grounded energy. So, why did she come forward for you, Goddess Yana?
Um, well, I'm gonna just let you know, I bought two of your Oracle decks, and one was the Secrets of the Ancestors, and I forgot the other one. I think it's the Faces of Oshun, or
Okay, yay,
I think.
yes.
But the
Okay.
ancestors, I'm really working with ancestry. In fact, the show that I'm going to be doing in February is
Mhm.
around the ancestress, the women, my female ancestors. So the grounding was perfect. And when you mentioned the earth, with your ancestor card, one of the first things it says is to find out who is your guiding ancestor. And was the uh, creator of the earth or earth, it was the earth creation or something like that. I don't have my book with me in the studio. It's at home by my nightstand. But it was like something about the earth. I do love anything that's natural. And like I like walking around by the river. I live close to a river. And so that sounds earthiness sounds real, sounds sincere.
Mhm.
And
But I,
so
but I want to wait. Let me just make clear. Sorry for. I want to make clear that her dominant message, though, here is shine.
yeah,
The
I'll
dominant
get to
message,
that.
yes, yes, yes. The dominant message is shine. The dominant message is your voice, your energy, being out in the world and you in the fullness and the magic and the beauty of what you came to offer. Uh-oh, are you frozen?
Oh, I think I'm having
Okay, there
some
you go.
connection
You're unfrozen. You're unfrozen.
problems. Sorry.
That's okay. That's
Okay.
okay. So
Um,
what is,
this
go
past
ahead.
Saturday, oh, my connection is real unstable. I don't know why.
Maybe turn off your picture, yeah,
Can you
turn
hear
off the
me right
camera.
now?
I can hear you perfectly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Turn off your camera and
Okay.
that should help. Okay. All
Um,
right. Go ahead.
this past Saturday, I gave a class called Art Creation for Manifestation. I think I told you
Mhm.
about being
Yes.
involved with Colette Baron Reed's book, Art
Hmm.
Manifestation.
Hmm. Yes.
And so I did a class on that, the first one, and it went very well. And that's where I was shining. I realized teaching or presenting to people is my gift. I was professionally a teacher, and it just felt good to be in front of people and giving them some information, and even have someone have a testimony that day of the manifestation, their
Oh,
intention manifested.
yay.
Um, I had a
Yay.
I had a young woman who, who's she's younger than me, but she was older. She was talking about how she wants to get into comedy. She hates the corporate world and she wants to get into comedy and be a comedian. And she that was her intention. And that's what she wanted to manifest. Well, it so happened the gallery, the studio that I'm at, it's a gallery also. There's an open space, the classroom space. And the curator of the gallery said, "You're more than welcome to come and just do your stand up, try it here." And so she
Wow.
automatically got a place right then and there. So it
Yay.
was just like, it was really exciting to see, people find a different way of looking at manifesting through drawing. And
Mhm.
so I was like, oh, okay, I'm really liking this.
Yay! That is super exciting. Congratulations, goddess. Congratulations. And I just remembered when you were talking, you were in the visibility temple, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so shine. So that makes sense that you pulled forward the energy of shine, that you're focused right now. This is your focus right now. That's
And
beautiful.
and I've been asked to teach another class in February. Then I have another one to do in March. So these are just, I'm not searching out for these. They came to me. It's like, oh,
Yes,
so
you're
part of my
manifesting.
business, I do have to start making some classes. Most of all these are so far in person. I do
Mhm.
want to include online, um,
Mhm.
but in person, I've done online classes, especially during COVID. It's just something when you're with people. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school,
Yeah,
but I like being
yeah,
around people.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I can do online, and I do have a lot of friends on the East Coast and different places, and they always ask, "Oh, do another online class," and that's the only way I can connect with them. So,
Oh, this is so
online will
exciting.
come about.
Yeah, no, this is very exciting. And I think that when you are ready to do this manifesting class online, that the I know that the you doing that work, like the drawing manifesting work, I think that a lot of people would be drawn to wanting to take that with you, particularly because we love Colette. Colette is a friend of mine, but you're a more accessible person than Colette. So if somebody is going to want to take a manifesting class and learn this process, they should, of course, can learn from Colette, but
Mhm.
them being able to learn from you where they might have more access to be able to ask you questions and all of those things, I think is wonderful. I think is absolutely incredible. So if you do feel called to do it online, I feel like it would be super successful because there's a gift that you have. You're seeing it, that the people are manifesting already in the workshop. I think that this sounds wonderful. And in February is that when you have a show as well? Or
Exactly.
am I
Yes, I
mixing
have
up?
a solo show in February. So yeah, I'm
Very exciting.
trying to get a lot of work done for that.
Yeah, very exciting. So will that be all new pieces or a mix?
Some new, some that I already have. Just the big thing is also trying to make the story around it. Last week I got a headshot because I have to turn in some information to the curator or director of
Mhm,
that gallery, and had to get a headshot. I need to redo my artist statement,
mhm.
give a couple of pieces so she can advertise the show. And while I was doing that, I just started feeling overwhelmed. It's like I got so many things to do, plus do this, and I had the class. So I incorporated the assistance of a friend.
Mhm.
And
Good.
believe me, help and she really helped me plan out not just for up to the show, but through the year up until maybe mid
Excellent.
2026. Because
Mhm,
she's another person who wants to get out of her job. I said, "You're so good at helping people strategize, and you ought to make that your business." And she said,
mhm.
"So I said, use me as your practice."
So
And
let me ask you a question, Goddess. So with your show in February, are you giving an artist talk at the show where you
yes,
could be able to, okay, good. Are you going to be at all mentioning anything about your manifesting classes within that?
I definitely can. I haven't really thought all completely
I
out
would
what are the
recommend that
books.
you do because oftentimes we think of, things as like totally separate lives, like your artist life and then your manifesting teacher life. And I want you to bring it together. So if you can within your artist talk, talk about your art process and how you because it is an artistic manifesting process that you use. You don't have to spend a lot of time on it, but definitely touch on it, and if there are classes that you have that are coming up, mention them. If not, either way, make sure that you do a sign in where everybody gives you their contact info for your
Mhm.
mailing list. But let people know that that's coming up. Like again, if the space doesn't want you to be maybe dwelling on other things in other places, just do it as a seed, like seeding that this is coming up.
Oh
You
no,
know.
they would let me.
Okay,
That would be
good.
perfect. And plus, I want to do a painting that represents manifestation.
Oh, perfect.
So that will
Perfect.
be able, so I can talk about that. So that's easy. That's an easy thing. So yes, that's a great idea. I will mention about what I do as far as uh,
So here's something that I'm going to give you a little challenge. You may wish to do it, may wish to not. Your challenge if you choose to accept it. If you are feeling called to, I know you just told me you were overwhelmed with a zillion things, so you can totally disregard this. But here's something that would be fairly simple for you to do the gifts and skill set that you already have. If you wanted to create and record by yourself easily and effortlessly with your camera in your living room, a 90-minute or 1 hour experience of you teaching people how to do this manifesting art process. And it was something that at your February workshop that you could, with your phone, easily and effortlessly say to the audience, just like in this manifesting painting. And by the way, if you do want to learn that, I have this workshop that happens to be on sale for X amount of money, and you can just purchase it and download it and watch it today and continue to talk about it and talk about the rest of your thing in your workshop. That could be something that you do. That is a 1 hour or 90-minute pre recorded experience that then people can Cash App you or whatever it is right there on the spot on your phone at your show right there easily and effortlessly. If you choose to accept it, that is something that you could do.
I'll
Not
think about it.
necessary if you choose. Yeah, think about it. Think about it and just make it just an easy and effortless thing that you're not pressuring anyone to do anything, but if they're curious, you could even just say, you don't even have to, you can just say when you're talking in the artist talk, oh, if you're curious about the manifesting thing, I have a course about it that is easily downloadable. Ask me about it afterward or drop me an email afterward. And that's it. You just planted the seed, you just let them know that it's there. They can drop you an email or don't. It's available.
So the 1 hour experience, the 1 hour to 90-minute experience that you were speaking of, that would be like a freebie that I would do on YouTube? Is that what you're speaking of? Or
Absolutely not. That
oh,
would be a paid workshop that you are creating that
okay.
includes your shine energy
Okay.
of you teaching in an introductory fashion. So it's not the full workshop because 90 minutes is not a long time. It is an introductory workshop so that in the future, if you did choose to create a longer 4 session, 5 session experience of people learning this process, that you have the availability to do so. It's an introduction, manifesting, artistic manifesting introduction with Goddess Yana.
Okay.
That's what it is. Okay. So it's a 1 hour or 90-minute introductory thing. If you, just like I created in this manifesting painting using my artistic manifestation process, if that's something you're interested in, just see me afterward or drop me an email and I'll give you some access to some more information about that and on about the rest of your move on with the rest of what you're teaching.
If you, I don't know if you remember, but I said I had purchased school, and eventually I want
Mhm.
to go ahead
Oh, then
and
that's perfect. Yes.
put
Yes. That's
classes
exactly
on
where you would
there.
put it. Yes. So this could be your first one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking also.
Yeah. Yeah. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Well, thank you. I will
You
shine.
are welcome. You're welcome. Okay, good. Good. Good work, Goddess Yana.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Goddess Marnie.
Hi, Goddess.
Hello, Goddess. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Good to see you.
You too. So glad you're back up and better.
Me too. Okay, so let's see what these African goddesses are wanting you to know today. I am pulling from African Goddess Rising Oracle. Give me 1 second. Let me just clear the energy in the deck. Okay, all right. So, Goddess Marnie, just focus on what is activated for you personally right now. And I am shuffling, and you just tell me when, Goddess.
Now.
Okay, all right. So I'm between two. So let's pull from top of each. And we have the energy of, I think Ngame was first. Can't decide. Okay, so Goddess Ngame was the first card. So the energy of desire, right? The energy of desire, Goddess Ngame. And then the second card, the clarification would be the energy of Sauchi, the energy of grounding, the energy of rooting yourself in that desire, rooting yourself in what is calling you forward, rooting yourself in what is activated for you. So I know that you know this deck very well. So why did these goddesses come forward for you?
Yeah, it's funny. I was focusing on um because when you were talking to Goddess Anat, I was like, right, the one to get to that million, it's like the one course, the one person, the one thing. And when I looked at my year out, I was like, right, I have so many things I want to do, like you said. And so I was like, okay, focusing on what should be my one thing or what should be my one step. Um, and or not my one step, but my, you know what I mean, my one
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, I see.
So I feel like, well, the grounding card actually resonated. The desire card, yeah. But the grounding one was like ground into your foundations, like ground um into your desire. And it's that like, what is that true desire of mine? What is my true desire? And so I have the rebrand of Prosperessa, which I love, and
I love that. Yes.
made, and I worked on the logo last week, and like, so that all feels like that feels aligned finally. I'm like, that's right. And so it's like, okay, so out of all of these things, what is my deep desire? And my deep desire is just to really create that movement of helping women at that crossroads, like those ones that their life no longer fits them. It just, they don't know why it doesn't fit them, but they have that feeling. They're like, I, right, that like, it doesn't fit me. My relationship doesn't fit me, or my career doesn't fit me. And I just, when like I was working with a client last week, and I was like, this is what I do so well, is that I can I can see where they need the help. So whether it's the health or the wealth or the purpose or the business, or and to bring it all together. But it's like, how do I so I know my desire. My desire is to really like work,
Yeah.
that I really love working one-on-one and in group. That is the
Mhm.
other piece that is so clear to me, that I don't want to do one or the other. It has to be a combo where they're in a group together because it's so powerful, and that we're doing something one-on-one because that takes them that one step further, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, that's kind of where it's at.
Okay. Okay, good. So let me ask you a couple of questions. So are you in this rebrand, are you branding yourself also as the Prosperessa? Because I
Well,
think that would be kind of magical.
that's a great question, and I love that. I wasn't, but I am now.
Yes. Yes. I think that that would be super magical and add a layer of power to everything that you are saying and everything that you are offering.
Yes.
So that, and then the other thing that came forward for me is I want you to be more blunt with your diagnosis. I love that you're speaking to women at the crossroads. I want you to be more clear that right now, so here's you talking to your audience. Right now, your life is broken.
Yeah.
Right now, your life is broken. And whether you know why or not, there's a path forward. Here's what it is. Here's where we so speaking that bluntly, that I am here, I'm here to talk to you if your life feels broken. If you feel like you've outgrown your life, if you feel like you've outgrown who you are.
Yeah.
So not dancing around or soft language, right, that we would want to use, but really like this is a crisis. This is a crisis. And talk to the wonderful women who are going to be signing up to this experience as it is unacceptable for you to continue on with the status quo. Your life has become unmanageable, even if it feels to you like things are fine being broken and I know how to manage things being broken and I'm trying to, fix this spot hole over there while that one's there and maybe trying to and even if you know how to do it, even if you know how to make it look good, it's not acceptable for you to keep living like this. Raise the stakes on the immediacy of this problem. Raise the stakes on why this needs to be solved in whoever's lives right now. Because again, as you know very clearly that, every single person has and ever however many challenges and issues and problems or whatever it is, which ones are they going to actively try to fix, solve, step forward? So what you want to also make clear is that your offering as the Prosperessa is the hinge that is going to, solving this, coming into this one program or this one pathway. I want you to treat it as a pathway. Coming with you on this pathway and focusing on this pathway is going to make everything else fall into place. It's going to make everything else fall into place. And so speaking, of course, from a place of love, because that's who you are. So that's what you're going to offer, but a place of it's unacceptable for you to keep living like this. It's unacceptable for you to be unhappy. I mean, to put it most bluntly, that it's not acceptable to be unhappy. It's not acceptable to live feeling like, in a state of almost, in a state of maybe, in a state of, meh. Like we don't have a meh life. We don't want that, right? We don't want things to be that way. And so coming from a place of that, of more of a place of tough love, right? So it's either like, you know, I have this, all of the gifts and skills that you have that, you can come with me and, we can solve this thing. And, it can be from a wishy-washy energy of, come on, girls, let's hang out and let's figure this out. Or it can be from, look, you're in crisis. It may not look like it to anyone. No one sees it because you make it look damn good. Because we know how to make things look good. We know how to put makeup on it, put frosting on it, and make it look good. But it's not acceptable to live like this. It's no longer acceptable to live like this. It might have been acceptable for our moms. It damn sure was acceptable for our grandmas. It's not acceptable for us any longer. So here's what we're going to do. And then you are offering the path forward.
Yeah.
And that's the ripple actually that we want to create for everybody here in talking to the people who you are blessed to be in service to. That wherever they are right now it's not acceptable, the status quo. It's not acceptable to go along in a place of misery. It's not acceptable to be in whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to clarify that. And then this is great because we were talking about the you piece at the center of it, the branding of you as the person that people will want to follow and say, okay, and Prosperessa is right there. That's your brand. That's the goal. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something that, wow, is going to make people pay attention. Like, okay, I saw, I saw this random woman online that was talking about whatever. That's interesting. But have you guys heard of the Prosperessa? Yeah, she talks about, getting your ish together and blah, blah, blah. Like, wow, that sounds more exciting. Like, well, I don't know, somebody's watching. They're like, I don't know what a Prosperessa is, but I want to know more.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So I want you next week to let me know the Prosperessa. What does she wear? When I look at her background, when I look at the whole thing, like what is this experience that you are promising me from my mundane life to come with you on this journey and change my life? How are you modeling this for me? What am I seeing that for me feels, aspirational energy that I'm going to come with you and tell you about my period and personal things to get to somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I want you to hone in on all of the different pieces of what you do as a clear formula. So that's one of the 5 ones that we were talking about, the one course, 1 year, one formula. So let it be, and this is a formula then that you can work on with people one-on-one, work on them with a course, work on them with one piece that is but this is the formula. This is the process, which you have the makings of it. You have it. So just taking it all and having it thinking about it in terms of, when you write your book, also that these are the chapters that are going to be in a row, taking people on the journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love that. And I think the piece where you said, like life is that was a word that kept coming up. My life's fine.
Yeah.
Is like that when I was talking to all those people, it was like, well, they're fine. And I was like, no, they're not. Like they're not fine.
Here's your tagline right there. Fine is no longer acceptable. We're not doing fine anymore.
I love it.
Yes.
Amazing.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
I have to share because I don't think you shared it that I got the kitty. I don't know where he is, but this is the added a puppy and a kitty to our house as well, just because things were too calm with 3 boys. So we added 2 babies. Cosmo is the puppy, and then Luna is the kitten.
Oh my God. That made me emotional. That's beautiful. And that's good for you and the kitties right now. Like I feel
Oh,
like they needed, like, yeah, yes. Oh, that's beautiful. And so that you know also the shirt that you have on this style is really good for you. Like that's really beautiful. Like that feels very prosperous-y.
yes. Yeah, I felt that today.
Yes, yes. Yay. Okay, so Cosmo, and what's the kitty's name?
Luna,
Luna, yes, of course. Of course her name is Luna.
right? And she's a black and white
Beautiful.
cat that's flitting around.
Yay. Oh, nice babies. Yay. We won't let Ruby see this. She's wanting animals. Beautiful. Good stuff,
Thank you.
goddess. Thank you. Deep bow. Yay. Next up, we have goddess Ayana.
Hello.
Hi, goddess Ayana. I have a
Hi,
cousin named
goddess.
Ayana. Hello. How's it going?
Oh, it's going well. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you. I'm loving the sweater and the whole everything
Yeah,
that's going on.
we had our Christmas party at work today, so I'm
Ah.
in the gear.
I love it. Oh, it's the hat has little like a little Santa. Oh, the very
Yeah,
cute.
it's a Santa hat.
Very cool. Beautiful goddess. So let's pull a card. Let's pull a card. Let's do
Okay.
Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle. We just clear the energy in the deck. Okay. All right, goddess. So, goddess Ayana, think about just focus in on what is active for you right now. Okay, I am shuffling. You tell me when.
When?
Okay. Okay, good juju, goddess. Good juju. This is a great card. This is the altar of fire. This is wonderful energy, especially at this time of year, especially going into winter solstice, going into a new year. This is saying, like, yes, okay, all right. Things are working out for me every day in every way. Things are working out for me. So, this is the energy that is pulling you forward. So talk to me about this good juju for you right now, goddess.
Oh wow, there's so much going on. So I've gone through a rebrand since we've last met. I know when we were talking before, I was more focused on the personal training and kind of hinting at the spiritual aspects, and now I'm just
Mhm.
like full on, full in priestess mode,
Yes,
healer. Let's go. No
yes,
more hiding, no more playing small, no more, fudging words and all of that stuff. And I
yes,
really felt like that's what was holding me back before from really
yes.
stepping into what I came here to do, which is to be that healer. So again, going back
Wait,
to God.
congratulations. That is
Oh,
huge.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay.
So going back to what you were saying initially with Goddess Sana, and you guys were talking about dance, and dance is like my healing energy too. So I got certified as a Kundalini dance instructor, and it just completely opened me up. And like that is my medicine. That is where I'm going. It's like transformative ritual dance. Let's
Beautiful.
go.
Oh,
So so I'm launching something called the Moonfire Temple. It's a dance coven, and what I want to do is monthly circles where we'll tap into a specific energy or a specific goddess for that month,
mhm,
and I have different tiers for within that temple.
mhm.
And so we'll do the meeting once a month. It'll be about a 1 hour class where we get together live, but it'll also be recorded. So depending where you're at, you can receive the
Right.
recordings for a certain amount of time or indefinitely. But also there'll be guided meditations that I email out, rituals, things that people can do to kind of dive deeper into their practice. Um,
Excellent.
yeah. So
This is so
really,
great for you. Can I tell
I
you
know
just how excited I am at the graduation?
it's
Seriously,
massive, right?
from the
It's massive.
tiptoeing, so you're not in the tiptoe energy. Somebody
Mm-mm.
type into the comments, no more tiptoeing. You're not in the
No
tiptoe
more
energy. You're not
tiptoe.
no more tiptoeing. No more
Yeah,
TikTok. Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful.
I was trying to do it all myself, and I just realized that I needed help, and I needed to tap into the professionals who have the skills who could allow for me to continue to create. So I hired somebody through Fiverr to help me build my website. And it was a wonderful collaboration. And actually, in doing that, it it helped me to step more into my, I don't want to say like boss energy, but like being able to say, this is what I like, this, maybe we can tweak it here or there because I'm such
Well,
a
why not own
pleaser.
it as your boss energy? You stepped into your boss energy. Yes. Yes. You stepped into
I'm still
somebody
like,
told you to become its boss energy. Yes. You stepped into your boss energy. Yes.
I did. I stepped into that energy and it felt so good to be like, okay, I'm gonna let somebody else know what it is that I want and they're gonna do it for me. And that was like massive. So she went in on it for me and whatever it was that I needed, she helped me to design it. So really what I'm having is this thing of, all right, now I've got the idea, I've got the website, now I gotta make it happen. I gotta make all of it connect and just send it out. And I feel like I'm kind of blocked there.
Mhm.
So the good juju is I'm seeing like that fire to keep me going. Like, and I even changed my business name from Soulfire Fitness to Soulfire Ignited. So
Yes.
like, let's
Yes. Yes.
go.
Yes. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. Okay. So what do you mean by okay, so it's on the website and sending it out there. What does that mean?
Okay. So what I noticed that I was running into was the whole thing about like talking about myself and selling myself. So I've been going to festivals and gatherings and doing workshops. And I'd say I've done three of them and each one got better. Each one I was like, okay, now I have to make sure that I bring something for people to do a sign up sheet. So now I have like a QR code that people can just boop and sign up right there. Making ritual kits that correlate with the workshop that's going on. So it's really like me being able to feel confident in like talking about it. Like, I mean, I once the door is open and I can talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. But it's like, hello, do you want to hear about what I have to say? It's one of those situations. So yeah, it's really about now like getting the word out, trying to figure out how to advertise. And I'm so grateful that you were talking with other people about doing ads and things like that and setting a budget because I think that's what I need to do next is to let people know that I'm here and that, what it is that I have to offer. So yeah, I mean any words of wisdom or anything you can suggest
Yeah.
around that would be amazing.
So right now you know exactly what to do, which is ignite. Ignite. So what does that look like? So igniting for you looks like you figuring out whether it's daily or weekly or whatever it is. I would suggest if there's a way at this point to get your voice out there every other day, if you can do every day, that would be great. But at the bare minimum, because it is a rebrand, you want to kind of come like boom, like where it's like where we feel like, wow, I'm seeing her everywhere. And everywhere doesn't mean that it has to be an exhaustive process of you needing to create something new every day. It could be you resharing different forms of everything that you're doing. You right now in your Santa hat with your Christmas sweater, right now, this is a moment, right? So this could be you right now making a 3-minute video telling us about exactly the same way that you did your story behind what you're doing. So telling your story that before I was a personal trainer and that was enough, that was adequate, that was okay, right? Just like what we were talking about with Goddess Marnie. But I didn't want to live in the adequate and okay space. And I don't want you to either. So we're coming
Hmm.
into 2026 and we're going to ignite your brand, right? So we're going to
Yes.
ignite. And here's
Hmm.
how we're going to do it. And so sharing with them your story, reintroducing yourself, letting people know about your journey, it's okay to be fully transparent and be like, I just got this new website built and I'm figuring out the logistics of getting this to you because I know that this is life changing, that it's changed my life and I know it's going to change yours. And so we're figuring this out and this is going to be very exciting. So you don't have the fear comes in when you think you have to be something other than yourself, or you think you have to say something other than what's real or what's true. Like you're just telling the truth of what is happening. Here's where
Yeah.
I am. And it's very exciting if, for those of us, if we're following you and following your journey, to know about your rebrand and know about what's going on with you and be a part of your process. So letting people know about all of that. And then if there is a date that you could set, like say, January 1st, January 5th, January 15th, whatever the date is, where you know that you'll be able to bring this out into the world, letting people know that it's coming.
Yeah.
The same way that, Hollywood lets us know, 6 months, a year from now, this is coming and they're talking about it and they're letting us know and anticipation is a powerful drug. So allowing people to anticipate that this is coming and this is really exciting. I've taken and letting them know also, like, this is not you just coming out of the blue, even though this is something new. I've taken my X amount of years as a personal trainer, skilled in whatever X, Y, and Z, and, my new training in these other things, and put it together to create this life-changing experience. And here's what it is. It's coming in X amount of time. And just that you're taking us along with you on the journey. And the great thing about that is that that's something that you can do while you're figuring out your behind the scenes logistics, all of the things you were talking about with, the website and all of those things and the launch and all of that. So thinking about this as this is your pre-launch phase.
Okay. Pre-launch. I like that.
So you're letting us know that this is coming. This is coming.
Yeah,
And
I already have my date for, when I want to do it. It's going to be January 18th. It's I believe a full moon, or it's a new moon. Yeah, because we're going to do new moons, new beginnings, fresh energy, that kind of thing. And so I already have the date in mind. It's just, it's like, all right, now how do I get the word out and do all that? So I really enjoy just being able to be myself. Like, it doesn't have to be majorly produced or anything. I can just be me and make a video.
Yes, exactly that. Like, okay, we were dressed as, I dressed as Santa today. Here's my Christmas sweater. Well, like it's exactly what you're already doing. Exactly what you're already doing. And so with your personal training people, do you have a mailing list that you had of the audience that you had for that?
Yes.
Okay. And your socials and everything. So, okay, good. So right now it's just basically just reintroducing and letting them know what happened in the journey. Like, why are we here?
Yeah. Yeah. And I do have some people who have signed up and have taken some courses with me in my new modalities. I've done
Excellent.
some beta testing because I'm also offering sessions, like one-on-one sessions with people who want to, basically what they can do is they can come and fill out a form, and then I create the Kundalini dance experience specifically for what their needs are. So if they're feeling like they really need to find some forgiveness, or they want to unlock their sexuality or sensuality, or they want to feel more grounded, or a combination of both. If they're looking to get motivated or bring change into their life, I can mix and match. And I really enjoy like being able to play with the energies. And then based off of what it is that they're looking to do, I'll record guided meditations that are designed for them. And then I email it to them. And those are like, that's completely different from my Moonfire Temple. Those are like individual offering special things for people. Mostly women is who I'm working with.
So you having a Kundalini dance challenge might be a very interesting thing to offer.
Oh,
Right? And so you could
I
tie
like
it
it.
around, igniting for the new year.
Oh, I like that.
Right? Or even actually right now, you should have at the bare minimum a winter solstice Kundalini dance session. And that could be your reintroductory thing, right? So come and join me on a live where I reintroduce and tell you about myself. All right. Come and join me on a live for winter solstice where we're going to ignite our energy for the new season.
Yeah.
Ooh, now we want to do that. And so when they come to that, that's where you're going to tell them about everything that is coming up and the power that the gifts that you have to be able to change your lives.
Okay. I love that. That's amazing.
Good,
Thank
good.
you.
And that's where you can also, let them know about what's coming up on the 18th, right? And get
Mhm.
people to be more specific also about, if they were going to sign up for this on the 18th, what would they want in it? Let them put in
Mhm.
the comments. What would you want in this kind of experience? So that what you're building is in direct answer and service to what they're saying that they want and need.
Yes, I
And
love
what you
that.
can also add to this to make it what you need it to be for your business, have a question that you can ask at the beginning that allows you to basically kind of do market research, but a sexier version of it. So a question like, what's the biggest challenge that you're facing right now in X part of your life? So then you can be clear about, okay, well, here's what my audience is experiencing, and knowing more information about what your audience is wanting to and needing to move forward with.
So something like in an initial form, put that question in, or just ask it during the sessions.
Ask it during the sessions and let
Okay,
people put the answer right there in the
in the chat.
comments, right there in the chat.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah,
cool.
right there in the chat.
Yeah, I love it. That's amazing.
Yay. Exciting. Okay, good. Good, good, good. So next week we need to hear about this winter solstice Kundalini dance experience that is coming up. Yes?
Yes, I will do it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much, Goddess. Deep out to you. Beautiful. Yay. Okay, so Goddess Shireen,
I'm here. How are you?
Goddess Pamela, if you are still here, drop me an email, please, after this. Goddess Pamela, drop me an email. If you're here, Goddess Pamela, drop me an email. Okay. Goddess Shireen?
I'm still here. I'm just feeding
Okay,
the cat.
good. Okay, all right, good. Drop me an email. Send it right now.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. All right. Hello, Goddess Shireen.
How are you?
I am great. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you for asking.
Oh, yay. Okay, good. Let's pull a card for you from Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle. Just give me 1 second here. Okay. All right, Goddess. All right. So let's just focus on whatever is on your mind, what is activated for you right now. Okay. I am shuffling. Please just tell me when, Goddess Shireen.
No.
Okay. All right. So I am between two. One is, oh, very interesting. So the trickster, but reversed, which is a good thing. Trickster energy reversed. Okay, so that's ego in excess, but the energy is reversed, meaning that if that was basically the make a long story short, if that was a challenge, it's clarity. It's clarity. Okay, and then the energy of highly sensitive, being a lot of emotional energy, a lot of water energy, a lot of feeling on edge is the wrong word, but feeling vulnerable, feeling exposed, feeling raw a little bit, feeling just like your nerve endings, like sensitive. Yeah, sensitive, sensitive. So tell me what is going on for you, Goddess.
I think the trickster card was a place that I just left. There was a lot of uncertainty, and I know for sure I'm a Gemini, so when this full moon came in Gemini, it brought a lot of clarity in and a lot of things, seeing things more clearly. That Mercury retrograde was in retrograde, and it hit really hard. It brought a lot of things to revelation and reflection and shifting things that I didn't even expect to shift so fast. Um, Sensitivity, I feel like I'm extra sensitive right now to like the energies around me and the things happening around me. And I'm processing that. So that's where I am right now with that.
Okay, okay. So what were you thinking when you raised your hand today?
When I raised my hand today, I was thinking about the new year and coming in for me and the things that I've been gathering in my journey of transition to bring forward into what I'm really passionate about. Like a lot of times when I meet people, I'm in spaces. Um, I'm a love goddess. Like I'm a 6'6" baby. I'm a Venus baby. I'm a love goddess baby. I thrive in dancing on top of the tables and having conversations. And I just recently left an event, I want to say Saturday, and I literally was not trying to be the highlight of the room, but because I was just in my energy and flowing, I
Yes,
was the
it's who
highlight of
you are naturally. Yes,
it's who I was
yes.
naturally. And I end up talking to people. Well, I was talking to one person, then I had a whole circle around me asking me questions, and it felt like I was mentoring them, and I was tapping into some energy in the room, some heavy, and I kind of like got out of that. But I can tell that I know that this is something I'm supposed to be doing. So using my journey and my story to build my legacy and the foundational piece of what I really desire to do in love energy, because thinking back on what you said on some of the calls, it's not safe to want love and to be in love and your foundation is unstable.
Mhm.
So that's what I was thinking about when those cards got pulled.
Yes, yes. I love that you had the experience recently of being in yourself and being in your energy and being activated, your love goddess being on, and
Hey,
just feeling that magnetic energy, which you're always magnetic, but from a healthy place,
yes,
right? Well, the challenge is like when you are this empathic love goddess, that you don't want the magnetic energy from an unhealthy place that's then magnetizing, all of the spiritual vampires and, you know, all of that energy, but
yes,
the energy of the healthy, activated, sexy, turned on to her own self, high on your own supply,
yes,
feeling good energy that is powerful, that is ignition.
yes, that is so very true. And I actually had like 2 weekends of those. As I set an intention, I want to say in November that I'm going to start getting back out, doing things that make me feel good, even if I'm going by myself. And I'm never by myself, actually. When I say by myself, I'm always meeting someone or there's people that I'm being introduced to. And it just feels like in New Orleans, where I am, it feels like family when you go somewhere. So I really had in some very exciting experience and I'm looking forward to more and really want to bring all this home into what I really desire to do.
Okay, which is right now what?
Which is right now building the legs for the company that I've been thinking about. I haven't really like I have the name, but I haven't really like done any work on it yet, which is called Soul Flourish. And
Mhm.
it's kind of like self-love, but it's more going into the root cause of what caused women to choose the past partners that they have or not choose their self, going into the foundational piece of that, rebirthing their story in love and bringing them back as a new form of their self.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. I love the energy of as a new form of themselves.
Yes.
I think that that is going to be a very, very activated place for you to speak from. And I love the evolution of this. This is, it's very interesting because it's very similar to some of the older ideas that you had, but this is a more activated place. And you can
Yes.
feel that it's from a more powerful and a more healthy place for you and for the people that are going to be signing up for this. This is beautiful and this is powerful. Okay, so what I would love for you to do, Goddess Shireen, is, and actually let's make this homework for everyone. Y'all know I love a mission statement assignment. We've done them several times, and they're always different because we are evolving. Let's make it a little bit different since we were talking about purpose and in honor of our sister who was talking about divine purpose. So a purpose statement.
Okay.
So making it a purpose statement and being very clear to just make it most simple and most clear. Let's think about just in school who, what, where, when, why, and how. So just use those as your guide for whatever it is. Here's what the prompt is with what you are going to be presenting in 2026. Getting very clear about your purpose, the who, what, where, when, why, and how of it. Okay. And then next week, Goddess Shireen, I would love for you to, if you can, be first in the comments and we can start with you and hear your statement and take it from there. Okay. And then actually, let me just make it easiest. I'm just going to snap the screen so that I can take everybody who is in queue right now for next week. Goddess Helen, drop me an email as well so I can get you into the calendar. And anybody else who has already scheduled or booked one-on-one sessions, please just drop me an email so that I can make sure that you are in the calendar for the new year. Okay? But this is beautiful, Goddess Shireen. I love your energy and the evolution of it. And I think that this, bringing this, the energy that you experience just in your personal energy of, yeah, here I am, and I'm exuberant, and I'm living myself, and I'm feeling myself, you bringing that energy into this offering that's calling you forward, that's what I want you to do.
Okay.
That's what I want you to do. Yes, yes. Yes, let us, because like who doesn't want to sign up with a love goddess and and whatever it is, you're dancing on the table and whatever. Like I want you to bring that energy.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've
All
heard.
right.
Thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome. And Goddess Ricky, I just want to just say also to you, just randomly, I'm seeing you on my screen. Say something, Goddess Ricky, just so the people can look at you. I'm just seeing like just a little image of her like lounging in her chair, like beautiful.
In my hammock.
Yes, in her hammock. Okay, beautiful. It's 20 degrees where I live, and I actually am lazy and need to go and like put my hammock indoors before it starts snowing. So it's making me so happy to see you basking in your hammock. Thank you for giving us that energy. So if you do have a candle, goddesses, let's put our candles out. If you don't have a candle, just tune in with us. So we are in deep gratitude for our sisterhood, for coming together today in the name of purpose, in the name of beauty, in the name of love, joy, pleasure, happiness, abundance, and riches. And for now, we are complete. Ashe, goddesses. See you next week at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. Bye,
Ashe.
goddesses. Ashe, deep out to
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.